unaware of their home. So we also sing at home, but there is a great difference between them and us. So how they used to sing? Janita Anuraga, Janit Anuraga. Anurag, that is with love or emotion. That is what we are so here to understand with anurag or great love and affection towards the Lord. So whenever we sing, we should sing in melody. So sometimes we feel that are there donkeys in US as well? We should try to sing in the melody. So, but no worries. Even if you're not able to sing in a melody, because if we are singing in the melody, we might get prideful, because a person who sings in melody becomes proud. We should sing in anurag. It's good to have a melody, but if you don't have, then you should not worry. But we should not sing it only in melody, but we should sing in anurag. If we sing with anurag, then there won't be any pride. Because people are who sing melodiously, they are prideful. So, what is the meaning of anurag? That might be the question here. So, anurag has 7 meanings attached to it. So, please understand with the verse that gopis were singing Krishna with anurag, that is love. So, the gopis used to do the kirtan with love. So, the first and foremost meaning is sneh, that is love. So, they used to sing with love. That is, they had an emotion towards the Lord. The second word is attachment. They they were singing, being attached with the Lord. Third meaning is nishtha, that is allegiance. They were singing with complete faith and allegiance towards the Lord. Fourth is bhakti, that is loving devotional service. Fifth is prem, that is love. They used to sing with love. And the sixth meaning is pakshapat. So they were totally in the favor of the Lord. Even the demons sing, but they sing opposed to the Lord, but they were singing in favor of the Lord. And the seventh is Josh, that is zeal. The people don't. We don't understand. So we have to sing, but we should sing with zeal and enthusiasm. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his lifetime, haven't written much, but he had made Rup Sanatan, etc. to write. He left us with 8 verses, and there is one verse in which this is mentioned here. There, he says,
एतादृशी तव कृता भगवन ममापि लेकिन दुर्दैव ईदृशम इहा जनी न अनुराग. ये सब कनेक्शन है.
so there is a connection here. See, Gayanti Gopyo Janita Anuraga. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if we see from his perspective, then in this life, the most misfortune of human or living entities is what? So, if we see from the point of view of Mahaprabhu, is then our misfortune is that we don't have love or attachment towards the Lord, that we are devoid of anurag. We are addressing the Lord, we are chanting His names, but we don't have love towards Him. That is our great misfortune if we see from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's perspective. Although His names are very potent and powerful, it is very beautiful and are beneficial and fruitful, yet living entities don't have any attachment towards them, while the gopis have it, but we are devoid of it. So there might be a question that why we are devoid of this love. So the gopis have this, but we have this emotion missing. Why? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replies that to have attachment or love towards the Lord, and the reason is that we are offending. The name of the Lord is very powerful and potent. So it is 100%. But we are not getting that loving devotion or attachment towards the Lord. Why? Because we are offenders and we are doing the offending. And why are these offenses being performed? Because we have this pride, we have this nature to lord it over the material world. And because of that, we no doubt perform devotional service towards the Lord, but by chanting the holy names and doing the perfect, we become prideful. But the gopis are devoid of pride. But if we sing like the gopis with attachment and love, if we want to address the Lord with love and attachment, then we have to be relieved of committing the offenses against the Lord and His devotees. So, if we want to have attachment towards chanting, then we should try to remove the offenses during the chanting. If we want to serve the Vaishnavas, then we need to, we should not offend the Vaishnavas. So, only attachment we have is towards the prasada. So, other than that, we have no attachment. So, we should try to protect ourselves from these offenses so that gradually in our life we can progress. So, in this manner, Govind Damodar Stot's fourth verse, this gopis who were separating the husk from the rice grains, they used to sing the glories of the Lord, but with complete attachment and love towards the Lord. That what we should also take care. So now we should, before we proceed to the fifth verse, then let's take a small information and then we will proceed to the fifth verse.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. हरे कृष्णा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद प्रभु जी। बहुत ही सुंदर श्रीमद् भागवत कथा के इस सुंदर विषय वस्तु जो कि है गोविंद दामोदर श्रोत्रम और उसका तृतीय एवं चतुर्थ श्लोक में बहुत ही सुंदर हमें गोपियों का भाव जानने को मिला। किस प्रकार गोपियां अपने कार्य में मग्न होती थी, परंतु साथ ही साथ उनका जो चित्त था वह किस प्रकार भगवान श्री कृष्ण के चिंतन मनन में लगा हुआ था। जहां पर उस प्रथम श्लोक में प्रभु जी ने बताया कि कैसे गोपियां अपने कार्य करने जाती थी, दूध बेचने हेतु, दही बेचने हेतु, परंतु इंस्टेड ऑफ येलिंग, जो बोलना चाहिए कि दूध ले लो, दही ले लो, शी यूज्ड टू स्पीक माधव ले लो, दामोदर ले लो, गोविंद ले लो। बहुत ही सुंदर उस वर्ष का प्रभु जी ने एक्सप्लेनेशन कहा और उसके साथ साथ बहुत ही सुंदर उस कीर्तन के माध्यम से यहाँ पर हमें जानने को मिला कि कैसे गोपियां भगवान श्री कृष्ण को इनविटेशन देते हैं अपने घर पर, और अपनी जो मनोवृत्ति है, बाह्य अवस्था, उसको कंप्लीटली विसर जाते हैं और भगवान को प्रसन्न करने हेतु भगवान का ही चिंतन मनन करते हैं. So this is a wonderful shloka which Prabhuji explained is in the 3rd verse. और यहाँ पर 4थे वर्ष में भी बहुत सुंदर उखल में धान कूटते हुए जहाँ पर प्रभुजी ने बहुत सुंदर बताया प्रबुद्धा, और बहुत ही सुंदर प्रभुजी ने इस श्लोक में भी वर्णन किया कि कैसे गोपियों की जो दूसरी अवस्था है, दूसरी प्रकार की गोपियाँ, वह भी किस प्रकार का their behavior was जब भगवान के इस प्रकार नाम लेते हुए. So thank you so much प्रभुजी. बहुत ही सुंदर हम यहाँ पर इस गोविंद दामोदर श्रोतम का आस्वादन कर रहे हैं. and hope के everybody is liking it. and बहुत ही सुंदर यह श्री बिल्वामंगल दास ठाकुर की रचना है, जिसमें कि उन्होंने इस लीला को दर्शन करते हुए इसको लिपिबद्ध किया, और जो कि श्रीमती राधा रानी को अत्यंत प्रिय है ये. So और यहाँ पर प्रभु जी ने बहुत सुंदर बताया कि कैसे वे उनकी कुछ जीवनी के विषय में भी बहुत सुंदर बताया श्री बिल्वामंगल दास ठाकुर की, जहाँ पर हमें ये श्रवण करने को मिला कि वे बहुत ही सुंदर भक्ति में आए और एक टर्निंग पॉइंट था जिससे कि वे भगवान के प्रति आकर्षित हुए, और उसी कारणवश उन्होंने यह सुंदर भजन भक्ति की, एंड देन इस सुंदर स्तोत्रम की रचना की. और आज हमारा सौभाग्य है कि हम सब यहाँ पर उसी स्तोत्रम का प्रभु जी के मुखारविंद से उनकी सुंदर व्याख्या प्रस्तुतिकरण श्रवण कर पा रहे हैं. थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी. और विशेष धन्यवाद हमारे इस यजमान परिवार का, जिन्होंने सुंदर विषय वस्तु को चुना, जिससे कि हम जैसे बद्ध जीव लोग, जो कि प्राय हमारी कल्पना से परे था ये विषय, उसके विषय में कुछ हम चिंतन मनन कर पा रहे हैं. थैंक यू सो मच. और बहुत ही सुंदर आज का दिन है हमारे यूएस में. आई गेस टुडे दे आर हैविंग एकादशी, और भारत के लिए आने वाली कल ये सुंदर एकादशी का पर्व है. जैसे प्रभु जी ने आज इनिशियल में ही ये भजन गाया, माधव तिथि को स्मरण किया. सो आई थॉट यस टुडे इज एकादशी इन अमेरिका. सो हमारे उन अमेरिका के निवासी भक्तों के लिए यह सुंदर उत्पन्ना एकादशी आज के दिन है, और भारत में यह आने वाले दिन यानी कल है. सो आई गेस फास्टिंग विल बिगिन विद इन 15 मिनट्स, क्योंकि रात को 12 बजे से ही कोई कुछ वक्त वैसे प्रभु जी बताते हैं कि हम रात को 12 बजे से ही फास्टिंग शुरू कर देते हैं. सो कल हम भारतवासी के लिए यह एकादशी का पर्व कल है. तो यह सुंदर पर्व है, इसमें अधिक से अधिक भगवान नाम जप करना चाहिए. हमारे आचार्यगण कहते हैं कि कम से कम 25 माला तो करनी चाहिए इस दिन, और अधिक से अधिक भगवान के भक्तों के सानिध्य में रहना चाहिए, या भगवान की कथाओं के नजदीक में रहना चाहिए इस दिन, क्योंकि इसका नाम ही है एकादशी उपवास. उपवास का अर्थ होता है नजदीक में रहना. तो भगवान और भगवान की कथाओं के नजदीक में रहने का यह सुंदर अवसर है माधव तिथि, जो कि भक्ति जननी, भक्ति की सुंदर जननी है, माता है, और इससे भगवान की भक्ति प्राप्त होती है. तो ऐसी उत्पन्ना एकादशी, और बहुत सुंदर ये एकादशी है आने वाली कल भारत के लिए है, आज हमारे यूएस में स्थित भक्तों के लिए, और कुछ यूके के स्थित भक्तों के लिए भी आज है, ऐसा मैंने सुना. तो प्लीज इस एकादशी का पालन कीजिए, अधिक से अधिक भगवान नाम जप कीजिए, और अधिक से अधिक कथा सुनिए, जिससे कि हम सब भगवान का प्रेम को प्राप्त कर सके. जैसे आज प्रभु जी ने कथा में बहुत सुंदर बताया कि व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज जस्ट फोर्सफुल, वो सहज नहीं हो पा रहा है. ये जो अनुराग के विषय में भी प्रभु जी ने कुछ बताया कि वह हमारा अनुराग किसी अन्य चीज में ही है, परंतु यदि इसी प्रकार से हम व्रतों का पालन करते हैं, इस प्रकार उपवास करते हैं, अधिक से अधिक भगवान नाम का जाप करते हैं, तो हो सकता है ये सहज हो जाए आने वाले समय में. और जैसे प्रभु जी ने बताया कि अभी हमारा चित्त एट प्रेजेंट नहीं लग रहा है, हमारा शरीर लग रहा है, राइट. तो शरीर को लगाना, उसको एंगेज करना, सो दैट व्हेन दैट सर्टेन एज कम, अगर कृष्ण की कृपा होती है, अगर हमने वास्तव में एफर्ट डाली है भगवान को प्रसन्न करने के लिए या भगवान नाम जप करने के लिए, तो वह सहज हो जाता है. तो ये सुंदर अवसर आता है एकादशी जैसे व्रतों का पालन करने से भी एक बल मिलता है भक्ति को. तो साथ ही साथ कथा सुनना, दिस इज समथिंग वंडरफुल. और बहुत ही सुंदर हम यहाँ पर इस प्रसंग में पाठ कर रहे हैं। तो बड़ा सौभाग्य है हम सभी भक्तों का कि भागवत कथा के दौरान इस प्रकार के सुंदर पर्व आना, एकादशी, जिससे कि भक्ति वर्धन वैसे ही हो जाती है और ऊपर से ये सुंदर कथा जो कि बोनस रूप में हमें प्राप्त होती है। तो वेरी ग्रेटफुल। और बहुत ही सुंदर प्रभु जी यहाँ पर इस श्लोकों के द्वारा हम सबको रसास्वादन करा रहे हैं कि कैसे ये जो दामोदर श्रोतम की व्याख्याएं प्रस्तुत कर रहे हैं। और साथ ही साथ आज हमारे एक भक्त, हमारे भावना उपाध्याय माता जी, जो कि फ्लोरिडा से ही हैं, उनके पुत्र नील का जन्मदिन है। तो माता जी ने बहुत सुंदर गौ सेवा की है, तो मैं उनको धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगा और जन्मदिन की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देना चाहता हूँ। इसी प्रकार से आप आपके ही पद चिन्हों पर चले और भजन करते हुए माता पिता की सेवा करें। तो थैंक यू सो मच भावना माता जी, एंड थैंक यू, विश यू वेरी हैप्पी कृष्ण कॉन्शियस बर्थडे नील प्रभु जी। एंड आइए निवेदन करते हैं हमारे श्रीमद लाल गोविंद जी से कि वह शेष कथा को श्रवण कराएं। धन्यवाद। हरे कृष्ण।
काचित् कराम्भोज पूटे निषण्णम् क्रीडाशुकं किं शुकवस्त्रतुण्डम् अध्यापयामास सरोरुहाक्षी अध्यापयामास सरोरुहाक्षी गोविन्द दामोदरमाधवेति गोविन्द दामोदरमाधवेति। श्री बिल्वा मंगल ठाकुर इस 5वें श्लोक में
Sri Bilva Mangal Thakur, in this 5th verse, is describing some other types of the gopis or residents of Raja. So one type is selling the butter, others are working for the house and remembering the Lord. And now the gopis who are wealthy, they don't work for the home and they don't work outside as well. So they sit at home free. So what are they supposed to do? Because they're all in Krishna consciousness and they don't have much work to do. So what they used to do? Bilva Mangal Thakur says, Kachit means some of these gopis. So as I have described earlier, so the person who are wealthy and affluent, they don't have much work because the maid servants used to work for them. So what she will do, or what she used to do, so they used to look very beautiful. That is what is mentioned in the second word in the second line is Sororu Hakshi, means like the lotus in the pond, and they have the eyes like the lotus. So they are lotus eyed or extremely beautiful. Maybe they were young girls or adolescents who were extremely beautiful and used to stay at home. And what they used to do? Kachit karam bhoje pute. The Nishanam. Nishanam means the one who is sitting. Kachit means in their hand. So in their hands, which are delicate as the lotus, and on their hand, they used to be sitting what or whom? Let's zoom it. Now you can see. So some gopis had this parrot in their hands. So in Sanskrit, the parrot is called as shuk. But not the today's parrot who's is half dead, who doesn't speaks, who doesn't speaks when you try to make them speak. But this one was playful, and this playful parrot used to be in the hands of the gopi. Katha. So, so we have understood how was the gopi. She was beautiful. She had lotus eyes. Her hands were as delicate as the lotus flower. So Nishanam is sitting. Kridashuk, this playful parrot, on the hands of the gopi. And how was this parrot? Rakta Tundam. Tunda means chonch or the beak. And he had this red colored. So you can see he had this red colored. So this image is based on the scriptures.
लाल चोंच वाला रक्त तुंडम, तुंड माने चांच, चोंच, रक्त माने लाल, तो लाल चोंच.
So he had this red colored beak, and he used to sit on the hand of the gopis. And what the gopi will do with this parrot? Adhyapaya masa. She used to educate this parrot, and what she used to teach? The songs of the Bollywood.
माधवेति, ये तोता बोल बोल, गोविंद दामो दर माधवे, अध्यापयामा ससरो रुहाक्षी, अध्यापयामा ससरो रुहाक्षी, गोविंद दामो दर माधवेति. सो गोपी अपने घर पर उस पालतू तोते को
the gopis used to teach or tell the parrot to repeat again and again the names of the Lord, Govind, Damodar, Madhav, and the parrot used to speak. So Bilva Mangal Thakur,
इस श्लोक के द्वारा हम सबको मैसेज दी,
through the medium of this, is giving the message that the gopis are our ideal and we should follow their footsteps, and we should learn from them that not only we should chant the holy names of the Lord, we are chanting and will be keep on chanting, but our responsibility is to make others also chant the holy names of the Lord. Not only the humans, but also the birds and animals were used to speak the holy names through the gopis and on their behest. So the greatest service towards the Lord is to get others to chant the holy names of the Lord. There is no other greater service than this. Because when one living entity chants the holy name of the Lord, And there are three things that
भक्ति करने
happen
से भगवान का भजन करने
fundamentally.
से सबसे पहले
By chanting the holy names of the Lord,
पाप
first of all,
खत्म हो जाते हैं।
their
मतलब वर्तमान में वो जिस पापों के कारण
sins
परेशान है,
by
जब
which
हरि
they are
नाम
getting
लेने से
distressed
उसके
now,
पाप मिट
that is
जाते हैं।
the matured
दूसरा, हरि नाम
sins
लेने से चित्त
are
शुद्ध
removed
होता है, चेतोदेह
and our
शुद्ध
heart
होता है।
gets
और
purified.
जैसे ही चित्त शुद्ध
And
होता
when
है,
the heart is
तो
purified,
ज्ञान और सुख अपने आप
then
प्रकट हो जाता है।
knowledge and
वो ज्ञान
happiness
और सुख
manifest
हमारे
itself
अंदर ही तो है।
or appear itself. They are
लेकिन हरि
both
नाम लेने
inside
से
us, but
चित्त शुद्ध होगा,
when
तो
we
ज्ञान और
chant the
सुख
holy names,
प्रकट
our
हो
heart
जाते
is
हैं।
purified, then they appear
और
automatically.
तीसरा, हरि नाम
And
लेने से
thirdly,
सबसे बड़ी बात,
by
भगवत
chanting the
प्रेम
holy names of
प्रकट
the
हो
God,
जाएगा।
the
ये है
love towards the
भगवान के प्रति प्रेम
God
प्रकट
will
होता है।
manifest.
इसलिए
It will
यदि हम किसी का कल्याण
appear in
चाहते
our
हैं,
heart. So if we
किसी
want
जीव को वास्तव में सुखी
the
करना
welfare of
चाहते हैं,
others and want to
तो
make
हमें
others
दूसरों को
happy,
हरि नाम देना चाहिए,
then we should
हमें दूसरों से हरि
try
नाम
to
बुलवाना चाहिए।
give
चाहे
them the
किसी भी
holy
स्थिति
names
में
of
हो,
the Lord.
दूसरों
And
को हरि नाम
no
बोलने की
matter
प्रेरणा
what,
देनी चाहिए।
we should inspire
आज
others to
कलयुग
chant
में
the holy names of the Lord.
हरि
And
नाम
in this
के
Kali
अलावा
Yuga,
अन्य कोई
there is,
उपाय है ही नहीं।
except the chanting of the holy names, there is no
इसलिए
other
प्रचार जो
solution.
है ना, बहुत प्रकार के होते
So
हैं,
preaching
लेकिन
is
सभी
of many
प्रचार में
kinds and types,
सबसे उत्तम
but in
प्रचार है
all the
नाम का प्रचार,
preaching,
हरि
the
नाम का
best
प्रचार।
preaching is
हमने
to
गुरुदेव के
preach
मुख से सुना है
the chanting of the holy
कि
names.
जब तक
We
हमारा
have heard
शरीर जीवित
from
है,
our Guru Maharaj, and even
तो
I
हम
have
तो
experienced
कथा
the
बोलते
same,
हैं, घंटों भर
that
बोलते हैं,
whatever we
कथाओं में
speak
हमारे
for
कोई
hours and
त्रुटि
hours,
को दोष
there
होंगे,
might be so many
त्रुटि होगी
mistakes
होगी,
and errors,
लेकिन इतना तो विश्वास है
but
कि
we
कथा के
have one
दौरान
faith that during
जितनी
the
बार हरि नाम
proclivity,
बोला जाता है वो
whenever we
पवित्र है।
speak or chant the holy names of the
उसमें
Lord, that is
माइनस कर
pure.
दो, उसमें बहुत
So even
बहुत
if
भी
we
दोष होगा,
minus
अर्थ
or
ठीक से
subtract
नहीं होगा,
everything,
मीनिंग
that the
ठीक से नहीं
meaning
होगा,
might
तो भी
not
निकालो।
be well, then we
लेकिन
can
जो
remove
हरि
it or
नाम बोला
subtract it.
जाता
But
है वो तो बिल्कुल
the
100%
moment,
प्योर
the
है।
chanting that we
और उस
do,
हरि नाम
that
को
is
सुनकर
pure,
और बोलकर
and by
अवश्य
listening
कोई
and
ना कोई
hearing
फल
that,
होगा। और
we
कदाचित
will be
यदि हमारी
benefited.
पकड़
And
कर
some,
हरि नाम
if
लेने की
our
प्रेरणा होगी, तब तो कथा
get
सफल हो
inspired
जाएगी, जीवन धन्य बन
by
जाएगा।
listening to the katha to chant the holy
लेकिन हम
names,
बोल
then
रहे
the
हैं भाषण,
katha and our life will be
लेकिन
successful.
मूल उद्देश्य
So we
हमारा
are speaking the
हरि नाम
Bhagavatam, but
है।
the main focus or
यदि
goal
हम
is
किसी भी प्रकार की
chanting of
सेवा
the holy
करें,
names. No
लेकिन
matter
मूल
whatever service we
वो
do,
हरि
the
नाम है।
fundamental
क्योंकि
would
सारे
be the
वेद, सारे
chanting of the holy
शास्त्र,
names, because all the
सारे
Vedas and Vedic
सारे वेदों
injunctions
का
and
अंत तो हरि
scriptures
नाम में ही
conclusion
है।
is
सब कुछ
chanting
तो
of
हरि
the
नाम
holy
में ही
names
सब
of the Lord.
कंक्लूडेड होता है। सो हम स्वयं हरि नाम लें और
So we
दूसरों
should
से हरि
chant the
नाम
holy
बोलें।
names and we should inspire others
तो
as
कुछ
well.
गोपियाँ जो
So
अनेक काम नहीं
some
करती थी, वो
gopis
अपने घर पर
who never
अपना जो
don't didn't
पेट
used
होता
to
था,
do
पालतू तोता,
household work,
उनके
etc.
मुख से
So
हरि नाम
they
बुलवाती थी।
used to pet their parrot and
हम्म।
tell
और
them
कुछ
to
गोपियों
speak
के
the
घर
holy
पर
names of the
बच्चे नहीं
Lord.
होते थे,
They
वो
used to
भी
train them,
बुलवाती थी।
educate
ये
them to
श्लोक
chant
देखो,
the holy names of the Lord.
ये
So
श्लोक
in the
देखो।
next verse, you can see it's very beautiful.
गृहे गृहे गोप वधू समूह प्रतीक्षणं पिञ्जरसारिकाणां स्खलद्गिरां वा चयितुं प्रवृत्तो स्खलद्गिरां वा चयितुं प्रवृत्तो गोविन्द दामो दरमाधवेति। गृहे गृहे गोप वधू समूह। कुछ लोगों के गृह में,
So in some people's home
होता है प्रत्येक गृह में,
means
उन
everyone's
दिनों
home
में। अब एक बार
in
गृह
those
क्या होता है,
days
तो कुछ कुछ लोगों के
in
घर में,
Raja.
लेकिन गृहे
So
गृहे
if it's mentioned
मतलब
one time
ऑलमोस्ट
Grihe,
90%
that means
सबके
one,
घर में
home or some home, but if it's mentioned twice, that means in everyone's home, what used to happen? All the wives of the cowherd or gopas, so their wives, every moment, that is pratishan, pinjar means a cage.
तेरा दर्द न जाने कोई, तेरा दर्द न जाने, ये वो वाला पंखी। तो गृहे गृहे, घर घर में, हम लोग कहते हैं ना हर घर घर घर
So
में,
in every home, the wives of the cowherds, pratishanam means every moment, pinjar means cage, and they had cage, and in that cage for whom? Sarika Nam. So one is a parrot, other is Sarika. So Shuk means male parrot, but the Sarika is female parrot. She is addressed as Sarika. So it's not Toti, but it is Sarika. So some mothers also have name Sarika, but she said some weird. Listen. So the wife of a parrot is Sarika. So in every household, the wife of the cohorts had female parrots in the cage. And what they used to do? So these gopis used to be engrossed in making these female parrots to do what? Vul- So they were busy every moment. Vachi Uttam, this to make them speak. Pravarto means busy. And what they used to
चयितुं प्रवृत्तो, स्खलद्गिरावा चयितुं प्रवृत्तो, गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति, गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति।
So, the most important word in this verse, that now we have understood the meaning, what we need to understand, the one word that we have left, the first word of the second line. So, pravarth means constantly, pratishanam, that means every moment. So, these female parrots constantly used to chant the names of the Lord, Govind Damodar, and they had so much love towards the Lord that while speaking or chanting the holy names of the Lord, they used to be Khalat Gira. It is a great word. The first word in the second line, Gira means speech, Khalit, that is shivering, whose speech is shivering. So this female parrot, when chanting the names of the Lord, their speech used to be overwhelmed with emotion, and it used to shiver. That is the greatest stage in devotional service towards the Lord. That when we speak the name of the Lord, our speech becomes overwhelmed or shivers. Our eyes are filled with tears, and it is mentioned that see the misfortune of a living entity or human, that if someone takes the name of the Lord once and their heart is not overwhelmed, they don't have tears in their eyes, then their heart is made of stone or steel. That the divine transcendental name of the Lord, which is so much mellowful, and still they have no emotion in their heart, and they don't have tear in their eye. If they don't get devotional transformation or signs of ecstasy, then they have of committed grave sins. Otherwise, the names of the Lord will make us dance. What has Ramji said in Ramayana?
पुलक शरीरा मम गुण गावत पुलक शरीरा गद गद गिरा नयन बहनीरा गद गद गिरा नयन बहनीरा। राम जी कहते हैं मम गुण गावत,
Ramji says that if someone sings my glories or takes or chants my name and their body is not feeling the symptoms of ecstasy, they don't have tears in their eyes, then you should understand
दम्भ न जाके काम यादी मद, दम्भ न जाके तात निरंतर बस में ताके मम गुण गावत पुलक शरीरा गद गद गिरा नयन बहनीरा। जिसके हृदय में काम है,
so a person who has desires, who is pretentious and is envious, and if he takes my name, then he will not have tears in his eyes, his voice will not shiver. But a person who is relieved of all these bad qualities, then he automatically will have tears in his eyes and will have shiver in his voice while taking my name. So when they used to chant the holy names of the Lord, their voice used to shrivel. And even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has mentioned in his Shiksha Ashtakam, Hridayam Gudgadam Rudaya. That means their heart will be overwhelmed with emotion. He said, one just chanting the name of the Lord once can destroy all our sins. And when we chant the names of the Lord constantly, then it manifests the love towards the Lord. And when you have attained the honorary devotional service, then you will feel the 8 symptoms of ecstasy, including the shivering of the body, speech, and tears in their eyes. And while we are chanting, we are not feeling these symptoms, then we should understand that there is something which is not right. So Mahaprabhu says, if we chant the holy names of the Lord repeatedly, and still you don't have tears in your eyes. Khalad gira, that is, if your speech is not shivering and you don't have tears, then you should understand that you have committed heaps of offenses against the devotees of the Lord or the Lord.
कृष्ण नाम बीजे ताहे ना है अंकुर वो कृष्ण का नाम तो ले रहा है
And
लेकिन
he is
बीज
chanting the names,
बेटा है
but the bhakti beach or the seed of devotional service will not fructify. So we have to chant the holy names of the Lord, but we should try to be relieved of the offenses against the devotees of the Lord and the Lord. So these female parrots used to sing the glories of the Lord with shrivel in their voice. So we all are discussing this Gopal Damodar Stotra. So still we have other gopis who are doing other activities which we are yet to discuss. So the time is up. And so we will conclude today's session today and we'll continue from here tomorrow. You all have been listening with patience and emotion. You all have been listening so much. I'm really grateful to all of you, especially the organizer of this family, the family of Vijay Krishna Mataji's memory, the organizer of this beautiful katha, Shri Nikunj Gopika Mataji and her brother Vineet Chaplaji. I'm really thankful to all of you that you have organized such a beautiful katha and such a great topic that you have taken, which is a great topic. So I'm really grateful to you, and we all are taking benefit of that and taking advantage of this. And to some extent, we all are trying to increase our unalloyed devotional service towards the Lord. So please continue and continue to benefit of ourselves. So let's conclude this today's session with Jai Jai Kar.